at a ballot box. Okay, what have you been hearing from people? I know you mentioned our generation, as in millennials, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Are people saying, I'm going to go vote early, I'm going to turn in my mail-in ballot? What are you hearing?
I'm hearing a good mixture of everything. Most of my friends are getting theirs mailed to them so that they can fill it out and mail it back or drop it off at the ballot box, just because they don't want to stand in lines just due to COVID and everything. They want to really keep themselves and their families safe. So they're thinking about getting it mailed and just dropping it off.
Cool. And my last question for you, of course, we are at a drive-in debate watching party tonight. What are you expecting from the debate?
I'm expecting the unexpected. I think Kamala's going to do very well, but Mike's been here, so we can't really count him out of putting on a good show. They're both very well-spoken people. I think it's going to be better than the presidential debate. So.
Okay, well, thank you so much for sharing your insights with us. Stay safe and enjoy the debate.
Thank you. Stay safe as well.
Yeah, and for those, if you're just joining us, we're in Phoenix, Arizona. Early voting started today, and some big news came out of Arizona yesterday as well, where they extended the voter registration deadline from October 5th to October 23rd. So if you live in Arizona, it's not too late. You can still register. Right now, we're talking to current residents and voters about what they think now that Arizona is a swing state in this election. And so I'm joined. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks so much. If you don't mind talking right into the mic, that'd be great.
Okay, great.
If you can tell our viewers who you are and what you do.
My name is Gwendolyn Payton. I'm a member of our Black Mothers Forum here in Phoenix, Arizona. I am a lifelong resident of Phoenix.
Wow, and so as a lifelong resident and what sounds like a very prominent organizer and advocate, what's your take on how this election is panning out in Arizona?
I think everything, there are a lot of high stakes, a lot of things at stake here. And I want to see our state flip to Democrat. It's done that once before, and I'm hoping that we can do that again. Because the way things are currently, I'm not very pleased with. And so I'm looking forward to some new leadership.
And I know you said you're part of an organization. Is it Black Mothers?
It's the Black Mothers Forum. We're dedicated to stopping the school-to-prison pipeline.
Wow. And I understand actually that one of the DA candidates has said if they win, they want to reduce mass incarceration in the state by 25%. For you, what are the biggest issues in the state that need to be addressed by a candidate?
Some of the biggest issues are our relationship with the police. I think the police should be more community police. My nephew is a policeman. And so I can see it from both sides. But I think there still is a bias toward Black and brown people here in Arizona.
Yeah, and I think we've seen many issues around the country as well. Mm-hmm. And so what are the biggest, I know some of the bigger populations in Arizona include the elderly, include the Latinx population. Mm-hmm. Do you think candidates are reaching out to these populations enough, especially amid the COVID crisis that we're seeing?
I think they're beginning to. In this last part of them, they've been coming to Arizona. This will make, I think, the second time, and then they're going to be coming again tomorrow.
Yes.
So I appreciate that. Before, people never thought that they would be able to make a change in the state as far as it being a Republican state, but now I think we have a chance.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Gwendolyn, for sharing your insights and for your work.
Thank you.
Thank you. And if you're just joining us, we're here in Phoenix, Arizona, talking to voters about their take on 2020. Today was the first day of early voting in Phoenix. And I think it's important that we're not just talking about the presidential election, we're talking about the down ballot candidates as well, right? The Senate race in Arizona is one that we're watching very closely because if Democrats flip that seat, they could have a hold on the Senate. So these are all things we're paying attention to. And I'm now joined by another guest. Hello.
Hi,
thanks so much for joining.
Thank you.
If you can tell our viewers all on the internet, on the interwebs, who you are and what you do.
Yes, I'm an educator in the performing arts. My name is Susanna Keita, and my friends know me as Suki.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. As an educator, obviously COVID has had a huge impact on the ability for educators to do their jobs in classrooms and beyond. What is your take on the COVID response in Arizona, and how do you think it's impacting the election right now?
I think it is absolutely haphazard and unmitigated by truth and honesty by our public officials, and I think it's a travesty. I think it's I'm seeing a massive amount of chaos in the schools. I'm hearing from my former students who are out there leading programs in the performing arts, and the response is different district by district, school by school, and so people are kind of left up to, you know, all of these unknowns, and it's really hard for them to deal with it.
Yeah, and last night we saw the Senate debate happen between Mark Kelly and McSally. What do you want to see from an Arizona senator?
I'd like to see some guts. I mean, I really want to see, you know, rebels with a cause out there. It's time to take risk. It's time to be bold. And, you know, that's reflected in my real choice for president, but I'm Biden all the way now.
And what do you mean by that? You say your real choice for president.
Yeah, I would have loved to see Bernie or Liz rise to the top.
And so I think we've heard a lot of that sentiment from other voters, and you're still saying, I'm still voting for Biden. Why is that your message? What do you say to other people who maybe are still on the fence?
Well, for me, it was a value added when Kamala joined his team. Absolutely. I've seen black women in this country save us over and over, and, you know, and maybe if I can help in any small way to help expand access to voting by being involved here, and take that message out and share it with everybody I can, including my younger millennial students. You know, that's my goal. But what I want to hear from our candidates is, you know, like, actually deal with COVID. I would love to see her on that stage tonight talk nonstop about COVID. Just bring it home.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your insights and your work in education. And thank you to everyone who has joined us. Again, we've been in Phoenix, Arizona this week talking to voters about their take on the 2020 election, on early voting. And tonight we're going to be watching the VP debate. So we hope you'll watch our live coverage. Thanks so much for joining us. This has been Zinhle Essamuah with NowThis News. Thanks so much.
Tonight, the U.S. shattering the record for most COVID cases in a single day. What's your level of concern that the kids who have been told they're going to be home indefinitely won't be able to catch on the ground? Do you have faith that this is going to bring about change soon? And yes.
More protests expected tonight.
Do you think that police in this country are under attack? NBC Night News with Lester Holt.
The news business is dynamic and probably has never been more important. With all that we're facing,